We got this email from Cynthia.
Hi, Cynthia.
And it's a question about Maptrition, which you can find at radradio.com. If you go to the Stupid Store,
Superstore.
it's right there on the drop down, and it's Greg from trainwithmap.com's nutritional line. And I could actually answer this question, but it just so happens Greg is in the studio.
Yay!
So you answer this question.
Happy to.
All right, Cynthia says, you guys have talked so highly of the protein powder. It sounds delicious.
Oh, it is.
I want to try it so bad and have many ideas of recipes to incorporate the protein powder into, but I don't know too much about the nutritional aspect of the protein powder. Is it only recommended to drink the protein powder if you work out and can burn the calories, or is it more of a nutritional supplement drink?
Absolutely. So there are two different types of protein. One of them is designed to drink post-workout. However, it's okay to drink either one all the time. The MaxWork protein powder is specifically designed to replace snacks, meals, be added to a recipe exactly like she's talking about.
And that's how I use it, and I don't work out at all.
One day.
We got a few. I know. We actually got a few questions here about various Maptrition things because it's come up so much with the audience. So I'm going to shoot a bunch at you here. Richard says the wife and I have been using the chocolate protein shakes for about a week now.
God, it's so good.
And love it. This morning I tried Dawn's version with half almond milk, half water, 1 scoop of powder, and a banana. Oh my God, this is truly amazing.
Yeah, it is.
To anyone on the fence about
Yes.
trying this, do it 100% or don't so it doesn't sell out.
You feel like you're cheating. You're feeling like you have
good
a
advice.
milkshake.
Yeah.
It's so good.
Well, in fact, you know what? I had a question on that because when you were here last time, you mentioned I was doing just the vanilla, which I love. I'm doing that like every morning, but you mentioned make it more frothy, use milk.
Yes.
Now, is that okay in your opinion? I don't drink milk otherwise. Every day to use, and is it skim or 2%?
So I heard you say 2%. I do pay attention here. But the skim is better, but it's all about what finishes off your day. So if you have room for the calories for 2% milk, go for it. If you need to save a little bit so that you have room for your other meals, skim milk is better.
And the benefits you're getting from the protein powder in the shake, for a guy like me, who's, I need to bulk up if anything, right? The payoff of 2% is fine.
Absolutely.
Yeah, because I'm getting the rest of it, and I use it as what you call a meal replacement. It's just it's so good.
Yeah, I've been doing the chocolate shake as well, and instead of like milk or skim milk, I'll do almond milk. It's only got 30 calories if you get the unsweetened one, and then you get a little hint of vanilla with that.
Yes.
Put the chocolate scoop in, and then I do the bartender shake with 2 glasses because you do gotta shake it up, and it gets really frothy and delicious that way. And it seriously tastes like chocolate milk, like Nestle's chocolate milk.
Do you have a recommended way that you tell people to mix it up? The shaker, a blender, a food processor?
Shaken, not stirred, just like James Bond.
All right. We got this from Christine. Yesterday, I received my shipment of protein powder, pre-workout, and multivitamin. I work graveyard shifts 5 days a week. I sleep from 4 p.m. to 10 p.m. My plan is to take the pre-workout before I drive home in the morning when I'm off. I have a 20-minute drive and will work out when I get home. My question is, does that sound good? And also, when should I take the protein shake and multivitamin?
Absolutely. So pre-workout wise, she's going to hit it right on the money. I like to drink it about 20 to 30 minutes before I start the physical work because it gives it time to assimilate into the body so that you get the full effects. When you're going to consume protein powder after a workout, as soon as possible is the best way to do it. So the typical recommendation is within 30 minutes. That's a little bit debated. I just say as fast as possible. When it comes to the multivitamin, ideally, I know the instructions don't say this, but it's going to be 1 pill in the morning, 1 pill at night.
Yeah, we've tried to clarify that a few times, and the reason the instructions don't say that is because you were trying to kind of mind screw, you figure out that people are lazy or whatever, and the more work you tell them to do, the less likely they might be to take the 2 of them, right?
Nailed it.
But ideally, morning and night, but if all you can do is take pills once a day, take 2.
Exactly.
When you do it. Now, is the pre-workout stuff, is that the Smasher stuff?
That's Smasher.
All right. Stacy says, Kyle has talked so highly of the Smasher supplement. Is this something that is okay to take in the evening before I work out, or will it keep me awake all night?
It totally depends on how sensitive you are to caffeine. There is 175 milligrams in a serving, which is, 2 to 3 good cups of coffee, strong coffee. And it's totally dependent. I feel that I can drink it. I can go to my workout and go to bed right after. I'm not quite as sensitive to caffeine, so it's something that you may dose half at a time to see how you feel.
Are you not sensitive to caffeine because you consume a lot of it, or it just doesn't do that to your body?
I cannot confirm or deny. No, it's just something that I have consistently taken a pre-workout or coffee for a very long time, and I have adapted to it somewhat. So I still feel the effects, but it's not as much of a zoom effect.
Kyle, what's your experience? I don't know if you've ever taken it at night, but what would your answer be to her if Greg wasn't here?
So I have taken it a little later in the evening, and I've worked out with it, but honestly, I work out so much harder when I take this stuff that I am exhausted afterwards. So I crash pretty easily, to be honest. And we wake up really early too.
That's a good point.
My husband he wants to get off the terrible like energized drinks because he'll have those occasionally. So he's like, get me some of that stuff. So I was opening it up, just taking the packaging off, and I just dipped my finger in it because Kyle always talks about the taste. I was like, oh my gosh. I have to try it. I have to try it with the water, but I can see why Brandon will just put a scoop in his mouth.
Yeah,
Because I'm like, I could just scoop this in my mouth right now. It'd be like candy. It tastes really good.
It's hardcore.
Isn't it?
I love that.
Hardcore
I love that
him?
visual.
I know.
That's like freebasing it. It's like direct to your brain.
Yeah, he asked me for a scoop one time. I hand it to him, and he just goes right there. I'm like, you're not going to mix it? And he goes, clunk. I'm like, whoa.
All right, a couple more about Maptrition. We're talking to Greg from trainwithmap.com, the nutritional products available at radradio.com and the Stupid Store.
Superstore.
And then we'll get to map training and the online food plans and everything else. Kyle says, my wife is pregnant. Are the protein shakes safe or okay for pregnant women?
Absolutely. There's literally no downside to the protein shakes in that my 2-year-old drinks it and my almost 70-year-old parents drink it. My pregnant wife drank it. Literally, there's no downside.
Next question, same guy. I like to make protein shakes for the week or at least a couple days at a time. Is there any problem with doing this? Does it cause anything to break down over those days in the shake?
It does, but only in the sense that it's going to start to taste sweeter. It's not going to affect the actual protein content in the water.
So the benefits are all still going to be there. You're just going to notice it's going to taste sweeter.
Exactly.
Now, I don't know if he does it in the blend. I like to do the blender because I like things complicated in the kitchen. I like to do a bunch of stuff. So I'll put the ice and I'll put the protein powder, the almond milk, like Kyle does, and maybe sometimes even a banana. And I'll notice, this is 2 drinks, not just one. And I'll just put the blender with the rest in there, and the next day it's still pretty good. So it might be something about the blending process.
Do you remix it at all the next morning? You little zip zip.
I did just out of habit because that's what I've had to do. But as I was taking it out, I was like, I'm not sure I need to do that, but I'll just do it anyway.
This one's from Erica.
Hey, Erica.
I'm so excited that Greg is in studio. I was wondering if his women's vitamin would work as a prenatal vitamin and if his protein powder would be safe for a pregnant woman. I think we just covered this, or that one. My husband and I are thinking of adding a mini maggot to our family, and I know what Rob's thinking. Why would you want to do that? But I did want to ask Greg just in case this dream of ours ends up coming true.
Oh.
Yes, so it is totally safe to take the multivitamin as a prenatal. What I would recommend is, depending on your diet, you may be taking a higher dosage. So you may be taking 3 or 4 pills per day. Again, just depending on what you're eating and a doctor's recommendation, but it is totally safe.
Dawn mentioned that she stopped taking some of her supplements. Now, correct me with the actual what you were actually consuming, Dawn, because of your hysterectomy. You were taking lady vitamins, right? For down there.
I was taking so many. It was insane.
And
so many different types and so many other things. And I'm sorry, go ahead.
No, it's okay. And you started taking the Maptrition female supplements, and you haven't had to use those, right?
Well, so there's only one other one I use that I checked with Greg that helps with hot flashes, night sweats, all that lovely stuff. And however, I did notice with his, there's a lot of the same ingredients. And I think for me, it's this, I've used that for so long. It's like this thing of like, should I not take it, right? But I noticed there were the same ingredients that he said it wouldn't, interfere. However, a bunch of other stuff I was taking that I felt helped with all that, it is unnecessary now.
This is a long way of me getting to my actual point.
You're the one that involved Dawn.
No, I know. I was trying to relate, get everybody involved.
Could have asked me. I have the same story, but brevity. But go ahead.
Not here.
My girlfriend is actually taking the female daily supplements, and she said that it's helping with her monthly visitor, and it's actually alleviating some of the side effects from that.
So yeah, when I got, because there's a different version for men and for women. When I got home and I looked at all of them, and I have eliminated, there were 6 various either amino acids or other vitamins that I was taking, and they're all in. The only thing I'm still taking, and we talked about it, is fish oil supplements, and then a couple of allergy medicine and everything like that, because you've got it all in there. It's like perfectly balanced for almost every. And this is the thing, right? A daily vitamin is the bare minimum that you say that every human should be doing.
Yes.
Just because it it just gives the body things that we need, even if you're not working out, even if you're not looking to lose weight or anything.
Exactly. And what everyone's talking about is that your body works in a very circular way, in that if there's something missing in the system's not going to work properly. So what most of that is we have a hormone balancer in the multivitamin that's going to help the absorption and the use of the other multivitamins actually or the other ingredients in the multivitamin.
And we talked last time you were here that you can take too many vitamins or supplements and your body won't absorb them, right? So you're not helping anything.
Yeah, exactly. It just works in abundance. So what your body can grab, it's going to grab. And there are interactions, right? We talk about the calcium phosphorus balance in the carbonated water. So every vitamin affects another vitamin, and having a proper balance is what makes it so effective.
I'll take a sip of my still water while Dawn talks.
No, I'm glad, Brandon, you brought that up because I don't have a monthly cycle anymore. Woo woo. But the ingredients in there, because throughout my years of having a cycle, you research different natural things, and yes, absolutely. I would imagine that is eliminating a lot of that stuff, and you want to eliminate all that garbage we go through.
A couple more
so
for
buy 'em.
Greg about Maptrition. Jenny says, I absolutely love your products. I use the multivitamin, BCAAs, pre-workout, and Max Work Protein. I ordered the vanilla protein. Would you recommend having one in the morning and one at night? I struggle with getting my protein in daily. Well, Jenny, come on.
Anyway, if you are going to take one of each, if you're taking the vanilla protein, that is the determined, and it is meant to be a post-workout protein. If you're going to pick, the determined protein powder would be what you would take in the morning, and the Max Work would be what you take at night as you go into that fasted sleep cycle, so that your body's getting in as much protein as possible during that time.
Even little Charlie
It's not little.
He's not tall.
from Black Dog Graphics. I know we should have been calling him Short Charlie this whole time because he's not little anymore. I saw your Instagram post, what was that, the kickboxing or whatever you guys do?
Yeah, watch out.
He wrote in, we've talked about this before, he said, Greg's proteins are also great for baking. Protein peanut butter cookies are delicious. You can make donuts with it as well, and other healthy, tasty
moly.
treats.
I need him to bring me the recipe because Charlie showed up with protein donuts one day, and
my
they were
gosh.
gone. I don't know what happened. I blacked out.
And Lisa says, when will new flavors be available?
Oh, it is coming. I know everyone's waiting for the Twisted Cinnamon Shake, aka the cinnamon roll. First week of May is the expected delivery date, along with cookies and cream and more salted caramel.
Cookies and cream.
Oh, I know. Yeah. Oh, Lord.
Everything Maptrition so far available at radradio.com in the stupid store.
Superstore.
Just a drop down there. All right, now Greg does other things besides the nutritional stuff. He actually he creates food plans. He's a coach. He creates workout plans. He's got a gym as well. We got this question from Sky.
Hi, Sky.
Says, I'm on day 3 of the online meal and exercise plan through the app, and I've already lost a few pounds.
Woo, woo.
I've always used machines, but the dumbbell and body weight exercises Greg has laid out for me have kicked my ass in an entirely different and probably better way.
Yeah.
My question is, with the meal plan, I'm feeling both full and hungry at the same time throughout the day. I know it's still early days, but is that normal? And if so, why? And if not, what should I do about it?
Full and hungry. So full is probably sheerly based on the volume. As you eat healthier, more whole foods, they're lower calorie, so the volume of food that you get to eat goes up, which is why people typically complain that it is a lot of food to begin with, right? I'm feeding Sky for his current weight, not necessarily for his goal weight, so that we can ramp up his metabolism and develop that over time. As far as feeling hungry in between, it may just be an imbalance, right? So if he's not getting exactly the amount of protein that I recommended, or if it's not coming from the right sources, maybe he needs something a little bit larger, like a chicken breast rather than a Greek yogurt. But those are the things we adjust. You heard he's just a couple days in. We'll fix that within a week.
And this is kind of the heart of what I think more and more people need to understand about you and your team, which we'll get to the team in a minute, is this there's this personal coaching aspect to it that is so vital to being successful, in that Sky could, I mean, he wrote us, he can just reach out to you to make these adjustments. So on one hand, I think some people are worried you're gonna give them a plan, whether it's a workout plan or a meal plan or both, and then bye, they're on their own. Others, I think, maybe don't take advantage of the access.
That's exactly it. And, I think the reason Don, Kyle, and Brandon are having more success is because they are utilizing that. I get messages from them. They ask me questions. And I'm literally essentially a text message away from everyone that's involved in the MAP training programs. And I can fix those problems. There's these little issues that pop up that people would rather work around than just reach out. But the whole idea of the greatest people in the world having coaches is utilizing them.
Imagine phone messages I leave you, Rob. I'll be like, okay, you're gonna have to settle in. And I know Greg's super busy, so I'm like, he can get back to me in a week because
Right.
this
I'm
is
not
long.
busy. I'm not busy.
This is really long. Well, I know on the way to work, you can just listen to the voicemail, right? So it's like he's got to sit down and read this lengthy.
Dawn's last message literally started with "settle in."
On that note, I asked you, I think 2 visits ago, how in the world you were going to keep up with all of the maggots, and then if how big could you get, and at some point are you going to clone yourself, etc. So that leads us into this from Brianna.
Hey, Brianna.
Says, I've been talking with Greg since January, and I finally signed up for the training and meal planning yesterday.
Yay!
I just found out that I'll be working with a different trainer. I know that Greg isn't Superman, so he needs people on his team, but I'm nervous.
Aw.
I signed up to work with the guy I've become familiar with on Rad. I've already given Greg so much info about myself.
Yes. So don't worry, I'm still there. Everyone that gets to work with the rest of my team, who I'll explain, also has full access to me. I'm still just a text message away. I'm just not always going to be the person writing the actual plan, even though I do review it. So Brianna is working with Megan. I have 2 team members now that are working on the MAP program, and we strictly did that, not because I couldn't handle the volume of people, but strictly because we wanted people to utilize the coaching aspect more efficiently. Now, no one is waiting more than a day to get their program. No one is waiting at all 24 hours to get an answer to a question, so we're very, very quick. And the nice part is both team members have masters in nutrition and medical experience in the nutrition field. Wow. So they are very, very intelligent.
And I would use the analogy for regular Rad listeners of yet another friend and client of Greg's. In fact, this is how we met, Shelby from financeofshelby.com. Shelby's not Superman either, and he talks all the time about his team is vetted by him. They talk to him. He won't hire or make anybody part of their team that wouldn't treat you just like he would. Yeah. And this is the exciting part of growing. And yes, it's the scary, nerve-wracking part for some because Greg's the face of it, but Greg's... Here's how I always put this, and I don't mean this in the jerk way. Why would Greg put anybody on his team that would make him look bad?
Exactly.
This is his thing. This is your life. This is your baby.
Right.
That's what this is all about. We got a few other random generic questions, so I don't want to miss out. What is this summer program you're doing?
The summer program. So I know a lot of people are nervous to sign up for a membership. It's something that seems never ending, and if they have a very time-oriented goal, it can be intimidating. So what we did is we created the VIP summer program strictly for the Rad Army because, yeah, exactly, right? I was going to announce it here, not put it anywhere else. So that 6-week program is going to be all of our programs combined into one. The online meal planning program, the online workout program, 2 check-ins per week with one of the members of my team, and it is a very limited access program. In that 6 weeks, I guarantee you are going to get your money's worth, or I will refund you.
Wow. How do you define your money's worth?
You tell me. I can't guarantee that you'll lose 10 pounds because I can't lose 10 pounds, but maybe you can.
Right.
So I didn't want to do anything oriented on a goal, but I will say if you're not satisfied, I'll live up to that.
And now there's limited spots?
Limited 25 people.
So it's first come, first serve. How do they sign up?
They can go right to trainwithmap.com/Rad Radio. That is the only place to sign up. And it is limited by spots. The nice part is, too, we'll know because it includes a Max Work protein powder or a committed protein powder when you sign up.
Oh, wow.
Cool. Yes. We racked the value up. So if you played this out and you broke down the programs, it's actually nearly a $900 value.
Damn. That's great.
Yeah, if you
my
want to take the spot, if
gosh.
you really want to jumpstart your summer goals, this is where it's at.
And this is for people that are ready because there's a specific start date, correct?
Yes, you have to sign up by April 15th, and the program starts on April 18th, and it is full force from the get-go. Everything is still customized, but it's going to be intense.
So
hey, when you're ready, you're ready. It doesn't matter.
Yeah,
the
like
day.
if you're leaning
just
forward or
ready.
what if somebody's like already partially working with you? Like what if they're only doing a food plan? Could they do this?
Absolutely. So I don't have that set up on the website specifically because of the limited numbers. So that 25 spots is limited to non-MAP members. But if a MAP member does want to participate, I'm happy to take care of that.
So
for
is it called the Rad VIP Summer Program because they're going to look amazing for summer?
You know it.
Phone number is 888-989-9811. Hello, Shane.
Hey, good morning, Rad.
Hey, go ahead.
Morning.
I had a question about the meal programs. 2 questions, actually. 1, how expensive are they? And 2, basically the whole summer I'm going to be living out of a hotel room for work. Is it feasible to do the meal plan not at home?
Yes and yes. So as far as expensive, I would say it's not expensive. So aside from the coaching aspect, the programs do include all of these menus constantly being updated. There are 2 different programs, so I can't speak for price depending on what you're looking at, but we do work with several people. It's actually more common than you think that are living out of hotels. So we create programs that don't require a lot of cooking and can give you some restaurant guides in the area that you're staying in so that you can stay on track when you're not making your food.
That's nice.
Now, this question is from Annika, and it sounds to me like this is back to the coaching, the personal coaching. This is how I read this. This is somebody that listens to you and is trying to do things on her own. And now she has these questions, and if she had access to you, this would be so much easier. Says, my goal is to lose weight and build a little bit of muscle. Over the last couple months, I've been trying to follow the high-protein diet you recommend, and I'm struggling big time. I hate meat. I've put extra effort into experimenting more with different kinds of meat, different ways of cooking it, different flavors, and I've concluded this just isn't working for me. I really, really hate meat, and I haven't found any way of cooking it that makes it okay. What else can I do? Do I need to drink a crazy amount of protein shakes every day, eat insane amounts of tofu and beans?
Well, she kind of hit it. There are so many different sources of protein. Beans, not necessarily an exact source because it doesn't contain a full amino acid profile, meaning an entire protein, but there are complementary foods. So beans and rice complete a protein. So that combination can go towards your totals. If you're not enjoying the meat, there's got to be ways to spread it around. And there are other things like cottage cheese and Greek yogurt. There's a million different sources, and I'm sure you can spread it out throughout the day.
But if she was working with you, you would have all those answers immediately. First of all, you wouldn't even have designed a plan with meat. If she said, I hate meat, you would have already started with these other proteins.
Well, yeah, I mean, I would have solved this problem a long time ago.
This is from Name Withheld. Says, I'm interested, but also really scared to begin the program for various reasons, so I wanted to ask a few questions of Greg. We'll do these in order. 1, how would you help someone who is used to secretive eating or hiding junk food away?
Oh, we're just going to start there. I'm ready. Okay. So when it comes to hiding away junk food, there's clearly an issue with the relationship with food because you're sneaking it away because you know you shouldn't be having it. However, if we work small amounts in to your regular calorie content, that is something that we can wean you off of because the less sugar you're actually consuming, the more those cravings will start to go away. So we can just build it in so you don't have to hide it.
Number 2, do we absolutely have to be doing the exercises given to us, or can we focus on the meal plan for a while to get started?
Absolutely. That's why we actually offer 2 different programs. One is completely meal plan based, one is workout based, so you can choose what works best for you and jump between the 2 when you're ready.
How would you handle someone who is a picky eater and or is terrible at cooking?
Get in line. That's just about everybody that I work with, so it's totally okay. We have a million ways to work around that.
You know, I wanted to. Is it him or her?
It's a her, and I'm not done.
Oh, I know. I just wanted to say to her though, with the one part of like, with you know, way back in the day when you know you have the bulimia, and I had that. Like, there's a lot of guilt and shame with food, and that's what you do. You hide it, and the thing that you will come to understand is, even if you hide it from Greg, right? You don't write it down, or you don't take if it's a photo or whatever, you're gonna know this is why things aren't working because you were sneaking in the food. So you'll know that. So you can't really hide from it because it will show up in the results.
To give you an example of how terrible she is at cooking, she says, I hate eating TV dinners, but I'm even worse when it comes to cooking. One time I was making pasta and I forgot to strain the water from the cooked noodles and just added the meat sauce in without giving it any thought. The results were disastrous, and what makes it worse is I didn't even realize it until a day later when I tried eating it at work. Needless to say, it was awful.
Well, that'll do it. You know, when it comes to that, we actually have recipes built in. So we've upgraded the meal plan since I was on here last, where now everyone who has a recipe built program will actually have a separate sheet telling them exactly what to do step by step to make that meal.
This one's from Shane. Says, my wife was wondering if there are any ingredients in the women's multivitamin that helps boost collagen in the body. She wants to keep her collagen levels up while she works on losing weight.
Yes, in that there are trace aminos in there. However, for building collagen, you'd be better off with the branched chain amino acids because those are the most abundant in the body and participate in the production of collagen.
And those are part of Maptrition as well.
Exactly.
Alex says, for Greg, are those testosterone booster pills that every washed-up retired relics of athletes advertise real? Do they actually do anything? The commercials are so annoying.
That's unfortunately super general. Don't make a testosterone booster, so I can't speak specifically for a product. However, it is the wild, wild west when it comes to supplements. So if you have specific questions or you're looking at a brand, please email me and I can tell you if it's going to be beneficial or not.
All right, it's trainwithmap.com. We got the special Rad VIP Summer Program. You got to sign up by April 15th. It starts April 18th. It's a 6-week program, and it's everything that you do. And it's got an almost $900 value, and it's almost half that.
Exactly.
For the 6 weeks.
Amazing.
You can get the
Wow.
Maptrition products online at radradio.com in the Stupid Store.
Superstore.
And then you can become like Jenna, who says, I have been a member of trainwithmap.com for a month now. I have used his menu program, supplements and vitamins. Even though it's only been a month, I am down 12 pounds.
Nice. Yes.
Working with Greg is the best.
Oh,
That is so
I
awesome.
love
You know,
it.
it's taking all my effort not to be like, oh, I know who that is every single time you're reading the name, right?
That is so great. Well, I mean, Kyle, Brandon, Dawn having great results as well. And people love you, man. Look at all these great emails. So it's trainwithmap.com. What else? Anything else?
It's amazing. So what I would just say to the last person that wrote in is, when you sign up, what do you have to lose? There's no specific time commitment. You have nothing to lose, all the knowledge to gain, all the help to gain, and why keep putting it off? You know, it could be next year before you decide to try again. Just jump in.
Thank you, Greg.
Happy to.
It's Greg from trainwithmap.com.